He doesn't like the West Coast. Everybody already has the assumption that that's what.
As it relates to drone strikes, we've been aware of that information.
They might be able to hit us back.
Welcome back to the channel. Every day we break down the viral TikToks that's talking about World War III. Also, we're diving deep into all the theories spreading across the internet, talking about the big three. I'm JT, your host, but don't worry about me. Let's get right into it.
I'm sorry, I don't believe this bull that it's going to be Iran that hits us in California. I think it's our own government. Because you're telling me the government who hates California gave us a notice, a heads up that that's going to happen? If that were the case, we wouldn't even get a heads up. I'm sorry. They would hope that we least expect it and it just happens. But no, they're doing that because they're trying to put it in our heads. Oh, Iran did this. Just so you know, it wasn't us, but they did it because they don't like you. Fucking done with this place.
As much as Donald Trump don't like California, I don't think he'll scoop that load to bring on a false flag attack on California. Simple as that. He's America first. And I don't think he'll do anything to add fuel to the fire of the elections coming up. He's just going to hand the Democrats a gift? No.
Iran is not attacking California, the state that Trump hates the most. You think Iran's goal right now is to make Trump happy? Think about it. California passed Prop 50. We have the power to withhold money from these broke-ass red states. Jobless, get a job! And as much as we all hate him, Gavin Newsom has stood up to Trump how many times now? I promise you, Iran's goal is not to make Trump happy. I promise.
The Army is currently offering up to $5,000 for information for 4 drones that were allegedly stolen from Fort Campbell. What an extremely convenient time for drones to be stolen right after the FBI just warned that Iran is allegedly trying to do military drone strikes in California. So right after they tell us that Iran's threatening strikes with drones, 4 drones magically end up missing from our government, I can't say what I want to say, but this user said it for me. This is what we really should be scared of, because what do you mean? They think we're dumb, and they're trying to silence us and stop us from talking about it by banning our accounts. And let's be real here. These are the same people who got away with being pedophiles and eating babies, and nothing's being done about it. So why wouldn't they bomb their own country? I'm just saying. What do y'all think about this?
So the FBI just dropped a warning that Iran is planning a drone attack from a ship off the coast of California. And something smells a bit fishy. If you've been following my Gladio series, you already know what this is. But here's the catch. The intelligence is dated from back in February, before the US launched strikes on Iran. Meaning this was Iran's contingency plan. Essentially, if we hit them, they might be able to hit us back. Which I would argue is more of a deterrence than a direct threat, and is consistent with virtually every country on the planet. They all have some sort of contingency plan in the event that they're attacked. The FBI bulletin itself says they have no information on timing, method, target, or perpetrators. None. A nuclear policy expert from the Carnegie Endowment says Iran doesn't have the range to pull this off, and even if they did, that it would be shot down very easily. And the 2 Iranian ships that would even be capable of doing this were destroyed in the first couple days of the war. The bulletin is from February. The war started on February 28th. Why are we just now hearing about it on March 11th? On my podcast, The Mind Body Mushroom, we've been covering Operation Gladio, a NATO program where democratic governments ran secret terrorist networks and bombed their own citizens in order to manufacture consent for things that their public would otherwise have rejected. And this is documented. This is history. It's official. It's in the congressional record. The thing is, you don't always need the attack to happen. Sometimes you just need the population scared enough to stop asking questions and start demanding action. That's the Gladio playbook. Problem, reaction, solution. And the solution? Boots on the ground, expanded war powers, direct military intervention, and an expansion of this horrible war.
Iran, I need you to do the American people a favor, at least just the West Coast American people a favor. Please say you're not going to attack the West Coast. That way, Trump can't really attack the West Coast and then blame it on you guys, because this is what he's going to do. He's going to blame it on you. Everybody knows, like, that he doesn't like the West Coast. Everybody already has the assumption that that's what might happen. So, you want to stop all this situation, or at least get these people out, let us know that you're not going to attack the West Coast. That way, if we get attacked by the if we get attacked on the West Coast, god damn it.
This the kind of logic that only exists in comment sections. I don't know who gave her a phone, but okay. Governments already have legal ways to go to war. They don't need Hollywood level plots involving bombing their own states. Sometimes the internet just turns speculation into nonsense and people run with it.
As it relates to the broader concern, as it relates to drone strikes, we've been aware of that information. We've been working collaboratively through the SOC, which we established right after the war began, the State Operations Center, working with the Office of Emergency Service, but also working locally to make sure we transmit any information that we have received, and we're aware of that, which has been reported, I think, by ABC7. We're aware of that information, and we transfer that information in real time to our local partners. Drone issues have been always top of mind, and we've assembled work groups specifically around those concerns. But that's all I'll share at the moment. I have nothing more insightful beyond just what's been reported and how we're transmitting what we know to our local partners, which is critical.
The FBI just warned police departments in California that Iran may be planning a drone attack on the West Coast, right, with their alert saying that the attack could come from an unidentified vessel off the coast. Now, the FBI admits that it has no information on timing, method, target, or who specifically would carry it out, but the fact that they issued the warning at all, it has people rattled. But also, you have experts saying that an attack could come from another place, through Mexico. Because Iran, they already have documented ties to cartels. Cartels have already used drones across the border, and officials believe that Iran may have had pre-positioned assets before the war started. Because the U.S. has effectively blockaded Iran at this point. And while realistically, a single ship with drones, it doesn't change the outcome of the war. That wouldn't be the point. The point would be to prove that the war can reach American soil. And with not only this war with Iran happening, but with the midterms approaching, a single attack here, it could reshape the entire political landscape, which is then why you're seeing an increasing number of people saying this sounds like a setup for a false flag. But hey, for now, follow to stay in the loop.
I'm not going with any intentional false flags because it's just too risky. It's too many independent investigators. It will absolutely collapse on the administration. They will be facing crimes for decades and decades and decades. It's too many whistleblowers, too many independent journalists. It will never happen.
I told people that we got enemies that got footholds in the United States and near the United States, and some enemies got different capabilities, and that one day we could have drone attacks on their homeland. I said this years ago, and back then people laughed at me, and now they're putting it all over the news that Iran is aspiring for attacks across California, or really the West Coast. And I'm worried about bordered areas like the states in the South, like Nevada, like New Mexico, Arizona, Texas. I know Nevada's not bordered to Mexico, but still, it's really close. All them southern states I'm kind of worried about. Anyways, listen to this.
FBI warning of possible Iranian drone attacks on our homeland. A new alert reviewed by ABC News revealing Iran's aspirations to conduct a surprise attack specifically against unspecified targets in California. The FBI saying it's warned police departments across the Golden State now of strikes by unmanned aerial vehicles or drones as tensions rise in the Middle East.
Right, so while the Middle East is on fire, now we got threats coming at home. This is an attack that Hezbollah just did on Israel. Israel's probably been seeing a lot of this, getting double teamed by Iran and Hezbollah. Here's a rocket impact here. We also got a huge oil storage that got hit over in Oman as well. As you can see here, this was recorded by some Chinese sailors. Then there was this huge explosion in Iran. Some people are saying this was a nuke. Other people are saying this was the mother of all bombs. Someone is saying that this was a huge oil refinery. Either way, this was a massive explosion. Man, times are getting rough out there. Be careful, be safe, stay prepared. And I got more news coming next. Let's go.
I'm going to explain to you how Iran can pull off an attack on California with drones. In July 2025, Ukraine launched a massive drone attack on a bomber airfield. It devastated Russia's nuclear bomber capability. Drones that cost about $150 each because they're mass-produced in Ukraine took out hundreds of millions of dollars of nuclear-capable bombers. Key to this was to set up a staging ground pretty close to the airfield itself by delivering a transport mechanism, i.e. a truck in this case. And when the time came, the top opened from this truck and all of these drones flew out. There was no warning. This is how Iran attacks California. The Shahed drone can be shipped in individual pieces. We have been letting our intentions know since about December about what we were going to do. The Islamic Republic has had months of staging. Once these drones are put together, they can be launched from the cargo ships from trade routes if they've been smuggled onto them. They can also be launched from fishing boats and even submarines. These drones do not have to fly from Iran to hit California. They can be launched right off the coast or even within California. Sleeper cell threat from Iran has been known for quite some time. And these Shahed drones can be shipped in parts and pieces. These sleeper cell teams can easily reassemble these Shahed drones and launch them. When I first saw this story, I saw the response to it. Everybody was asking, how the heck did these drones fly from Iran to hit California? They don't, guys. They get launched next to California with no warning. Take this very seriously, guys. It is a serious threat, and it's real. Until my next video, guys, drop a follow on TikTok, subscribe on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. Support my work, Venmo's in bio. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.
If you enjoyed the content, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to stay up to date. And while you're at it, go ahead and gently smash that like button. Shout out to all the creators. And until next time, peace.